Hi everybody, I'm here. I'm a little earlier than last night. Going live. I'm taking a ride to Olive Garden to get some late dinner for my kids. It's been a very long day. Running around, working, making money, all that good stuff. So, sorry about that. It cut out. I had to get my GPS on to actually get to Olive Garden because I'm not from around here where I'm currently at. And, yeah, out in the boonies. So, Massachusetts is pretty crazy, especially when you're near Boston. So you stay running around all day making money. Um, Lately, I've been making some really good money, and I've only started since last Thursday. So
Take the next left onto Lyman Street.
it's been nice. Sorry if it cuts out or you can hear my GPS. I apologize for that. um, so yeah, I just wanted to see if anybody was on tonight, and if anybody wanted
Continue
to
on
chat.
Lyman
But
Street for 1.5 miles.
it's cool. I can also hang out and just talk to the collective, and I had a really good time talking to you guys tonight. Not tonight. I always have a good time talking to you, so I assume I will tonight. But last night was really great. Got to establish a few things and just kind of say a few things. I haven't really said a lot about myself or what I'm doing or anything like that, so I really start to like make some lives and kind of talk a little bit more about myself, my life, my ambitions, some stories. I got some crazy stories that I've been through in my life, and got a lot of things that have happened to me, and grief, and a lot of things that I've had to get through, and a lot of things I've had to survive. I'm a survivor, and a lot of us are survivors. And not only am I a survivor, but I'm a survivor living with many, many mental illness diagnoses based on what I've been through. And to be honest, it's not easy, but as long as you're taking your meds and you're taking care of your body and your mind, all of that will follow. And, cognitive thinking, I take so many amazing vitamins now and I feel amazing. I drink mud water. I don't even drink coffee anymore. I've just been feeling so, so good. And I just want to keep that regimen up because, along with skincare, it's like, it's so nice to take care of yourself. And, I'm always going to say that. I'm always going to root for that. And I'm always going to be rooting for anybody that's doing better for themselves and doing the best that they can. And, I fucking love that. I love lifting people up. And, you know, if you're an evil person, like, I absolutely will not lift you up. I will knock that fucking crown right off your head because it's just like, it's not deserved. And a lot of people think that beauty is on the surface, and really beauty is not only skin deep. If you're gorgeous and you're just an ugly human being and you're jealous of people and you're bitter, like, no one is going to want to be around you. Nobody is going to accept that type of treatment, or just being around somebody. Like, that negative energy exudes from people's pores. I'm telling you. And when you're a positive person, they want to suck that out of you because, misery loves company. Hate to say it. I'm grateful that I had 12 people on here. Now I'm back to 4, but um, I appreciate any type of growth that I can get and any type of new people I can meet and say hi to and talk. Thanks for saying hi, commenting on the chat. It's cool, I like to have some drives and chit chat, and it's cool that I can do this with you guys, and you know, kind of bond. Like I said, I just really
Turn
want to
left onto
establish a good
Bartlett Street.
relationship with the community and the people that are part of our account, because I feel like it's important. We all stick together, we all hold hands, even if it's virtually. I've met some of the most amazing people online, and we've never even been friends
Continue
in
on
person.
Bartlett Street
So
for 3/4 of a mile.
it's really nice to be able to have that. And, it's a big deal, social media bringing people together. But it's also brought a lot of people, like, apart because there's so many opinions. And people get so angry over opinions instead of just, like, kind of agreeing to disagree. Because everybody has their own opinion, and that's okay. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has them, and usually they stink. So, I mean, it's just like that. And a lot of people want to say, oh, hey, everybody's fear-mongering and victim, victim blaming, and not only that, just like pretending to be victim, poor me type of shit. You know, like when you have a major breakup and the next thing you know, like,
In a quarter
you're the
mile,
bad guy.
turn left onto East Main Street.
You're going to be the bad guy sometimes in everybody's story, but that's the best part about the truth, is that there's always an opportunity to get the truth out there and kind of say, hey, no, this is what really happened. And there's always two sides to every story, theirs and the truth. So sometimes you just never know. You really gotta. Hi, Casillas. I don't know your name, but hi. Thanks for commenting on my live. Hopefully you join me a lot more often. So I am about to be at Olive Garden in about 5 minutes, and I'm excited because they really stepped their game up, like with their pasta. I remember like them serving like egg noodles and acting like it was fettuccine.
Continue on Main Street for half a mile.
It was really gross, actually, and I didn't like it. I'm not an egg noodle fan. But now their pasta is like really good. I love it. Hi, Tana. I don't know what DD means, question mark. So fill me in. Maybe I can answer your question. Yeah, so I'm excited to have some pasta. It's actually been really, really nice to be able to have like a stove and a regular sized fridge and just all these different things and park in the backyard, and it's been great. So I'm really excited to keep moving forward and finish school.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto East Main Street.
Just work going good, and I'm never gonna stop. I am like, I'm addicted to making money at this point, and I enjoy making content, but I don't make anything off content right now, and it's just nice to be able to have something to establish and let my girls be involved in something that they get so excited about. They get
Turn
so
right
excited
onto
when
East
they
Main
see
Street.
themselves on YouTube, or you know what I mean, like they just get so excited to just be part
In a
of
quarter
something
mile,
that's
turn right
bigger
onto
than
River
them,
Street.
and they know eventually it's going to be like, they're going to be part of something major for forever. And it's really nice that they can be part of that. And you guys get to experience my family and my life and a lot of other things. So I'm grateful for that.
Take the second right onto River Street.
Sorry, I'm just kind of looking at my GPS. Like, oh my lord, being new at like running around, I really absolutely hate like feeling
In
like
a quarter
I'm
mile,
lost,
turn
like,
right onto
because I'm
Hudson
not
Street.
from around here. I'm actually from a different part of Massachusetts, and again, it's so far and like few between, so it's like very weird.
Take the next left onto River Street.
I always feel like I'm getting lost. It's like,
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Hudson Street.
so anyway, yeah, I feel like I just went around in a circle. Now, like, I added a couple more minutes to my drive, but I guess that was the universal plan, was to have a couple more minutes to chat on here. And I keep just imagining and talking and speaking to existence, like all these things that are happening, all these things that are going to keep happening, all these things that I've already had happen to me, and that's why I'm owning it. Own your shit. Own your past. Own your fucking
Take the next
regrets.
right onto Hudson Street.
Own everything that you've ever done in your life so that you can move forward. It's called shadow work. Do your shadow work. Work on yourself so you can be the best version of yourself. And who doesn't want to be the best version of themselves? Like,
Continue on Hudson Street for 1.5 miles.
Yourself, you're gonna have a struggle-filled life. You're never gonna understand certain things, and you definitely won't figure out what being grateful is. Nothing will ever be enough. You'll be trying to fill a hole that you'll never be able to fill. And I feel like once people realize that, and like they come into their spirituality. Hi, Chase. Hope you're having a good night. Thanks for coming on my live and commenting. So, yeah, like I was just saying, it's just, really nice when you kind of wake up and realize, like, basically, you know, the government's been trying to fuck us over their whole life. We've always been lied to, and it's been great that so many people have been awakened since fucking COVID. And I don't mean awake, I mean literally elevating, understanding that there's a meaning to everything. Numbers mean everything. Numerology is a real thing. Your birth chart's a real thing. But also the fact that there is a higher power and somebody that you can speak to and somebody you can look up to and you can lay your burdens down to them. You know, God made so many different things. I know a lot of people get all butthurt and want to get upset about, you know, talking about God. That's why they check it out of schools and all these different things. But I will never be ashamed of my faith. And the fact of the matter is that God made all of these certain things that have done nothing but heal us. And the government and the medical system and all these different things, they don't want to heal us. They want to reduce the population and they want to kill us off. And that's solely to make money. And that's the most disgusting thing I've ever heard. And ever since I've been down these major rabbit holes and seeing major people that have worked for the government speak out about this and just so many different things, read books of just so many things. I can't even get into it. Like, cause
In a quarter mile, turn left onto Solomon Pond Road.
Which I would find fun and very interesting, but a lot of people don't like to go there, so that's fine. Like I said, it would be so much easier if you just agree to disagree and say, hey, that's your view, that's okay. You know, we're still friends, I still love you, you know, type of vibe. So, you know.
Turn left onto Solomon Pond Road.
You gotta accept just the way things are, and you know what I mean? Like, you are your best advocate, and you have the power to change.
Continue for 3/4 of a mile.
I think we all do when we take that effort. So, you know, it's just like the most important thing is to stand up and advocate. And, you know, I just feel like if every single American in the United States band together and was like, hey, we're not all paying, none of us are paying any taxes anymore. Fuck that, you know. And, like, what are they gonna do? Arrest fucking 3 billion people? Like, that's not gonna happen. Or 300 million, I think it said on like in the United States. It's crazy. I cannot remember the number exactly. But like, yeah. If we all band together, they're not going to be able to fucking do anything. So it's like wild to me that we haven't already done this. Like, we haven't already taken back our country. We haven't already stood up against the government. I just don't get it. That's why they do this, and they do this. They pit us against each other when it comes to race and religion and gender and everything, sexuality, just because they want us to hate each other. Because then we'll be like, oh, the government cares about us, the government loves us, they've been taking care of us our whole lives, da da da. Like, no, it's been a setup from the neck up since we were fucking born. Because why else would our fucking birth charts be basically copied, and the originals are never given to us? They say it's the original, but it's not. The original.
In a quarter mile, use the right lane to turn right onto Donald Lynch Boulevard.
Freaking Vatican. Like, why the hell would it need to be sent to the Vatican? Like, and then they have the Vatican in the fire, the basement in the fire, just crazy stuff, you know. And if you really look into it and open your eyes, it's like you're gonna see it all around you. You know, they've been telling us in movies for years. The subliminal messaging is like everywhere now. You can't avoid it. You can't avoid the pedophile symbols. You can't avoid the pizza references and all the nasty fucking shit. You know, and then since Kendrick
At the
Lamar
light,
came out with
use
that
the right
song,
lane to turn right onto Donald Lynch Boulevard.
it's like he's opened up so many people's eyes. Like, they not like us. Like, just calling people out.
In a
like,
quarter mile,
yeah,
turn right.
You're a pedophile, so you know. Dead pedophiles don't reoffend, and you know, fact. Or dead pedophiles don't offend at all. That's, you know, my view of it, but that's probably because I have 4 daughters. I know if my relationship didn't work out, I would probably just not be in another relationship. I would work on, you know, basically, like, just truly loving myself and taking care of my girls, and, you know, just having the best relationship I can have with their dad, and, you know, staying best friends with him, and
At the light, turn right, then turn left.
The best. It would literally be the best. And I just know that. I'm grateful that we have what we have, and it's a struggle sometimes, man. Especially when you're struggling, it is literally so hard. it's just it's really hard, and I don't think anybody understands unless they've been in a shelter and they've been in a situation, um, because it's been a wild ride. But I know that my kids will never have to do this with their kids. They will never have to repeat another curse, and I know that for a fact because I am dedicated, and that is,
You have arrived.
my goal, and I'm never gonna stop until that happens. And I keep saying it. I always will say it, and that's just my view on everything. So I really enjoyed doing this live and having people comment and seeing that a lot of people just like to scroll through lives and see what good conversations people are having. So, um, like I said earlier, if anybody catches this live and they watch it fully and liked some of the things I was talking about or they wanted to talk about it, I really, really would appreciate a like, a comment, and let me know what you think. Let me know your ideas, your opinions. Like I said, everybody has an opinion, and you know, everybody can like your opinion or they cannot like your opinion, but that's that. So I'm gonna grab this amazing food, and I might be on later, I might not be. I'm gonna try to come on every night. So if we can plan that and come on and just hang out, you know, babbling with Brit or whatever. I gotta call it something cute. Um, so I hope everybody has a good night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. Take care of you, because there's only one of you, and the world is lucky to have you. Love you. Bye.